It's been 14 years of pain. Sleep is never easy, and I always wake up with feeling like a truck ran over me. Could nap most of the day. I don't, because I've got 3 kids, but I could nap most of the day. And everything just takes a lot of effort. There's pain in my jaw. Like, I was even reading a story to my kids yesterday, and by the end of the story, it was like, oh, I had to take a break because it hurt to talk that much. The pains through the back of my neck and through my shoulders and down my shoulder blades, through my arms too, my hands right now. There's a lot of tension in my hands, and it's the aching. It's like I've got the flu, but I don't. I've seen specialists for fibromyalgia and had trigger point injections. I've seen rheumatologists and been on several antidepressants. I've gone to a pulmonologist for breathing. I mean, even since high school, I've never been able to work out really hard, run really hard, do any of those things because I don't have enough air for it. My chest starts to get really tight. And I have to consciously think to breathe. The symptoms just keep adding. As my body wears down, I get new symptoms, and no one until now has ever seen a connection between them all. I can just tell how different where my tongue is, and that's just there's a big difference. I don't feel like I have to fidget as much right now to keep my body I just feel I don't have to fidget as much. Typically my hands are always going and I'm itching and moving, or I force myself to be really still because I know it can be distracting to other people, and I don't feel like I'm having to do that. There's just a bit more calm. I'm relaxing. I'm just relaxing. And there's just a kind of just a peace in this area where there's always been so much going on. I'm resting. That doesn't come easy. Because of how my muscles feel most of the time, I'm kind of restrictive in how I want to move. And I mean, I'm still sitting in a chair, but I feel like I have more freedom to move how I would fully desire to move, and that there's not a restriction on my muscles right now. Like, if I wanted to go take a dance class right now, I feel like I could do it, where I wouldn't even attempt normally. Before, I feel like everything would get stuck. Like, at my air, I would be able to take a breath, but then it kind of stopped. And even, like, if I was in a yoga class, where everyone's taking these big, long breaths, how are they taking this much time to take a breath? I feel there's an expansiveness, and I feel like I can take a breath, and it's moving through my body. It's not stopping here or here. It's moving out further and down further. I can take a breath. A big one. You know, with dance, the breath needs to go through your whole body, and I feel like it can go out through my hands now. It's not a dead limb over here, and it's not a dead limb on my feet. Even though I've focused on the breath, I've always been so much more focused on my pain, that now to, like, wow, breathing was an issue. Because I don't think I had correlated that piece so much until I had come here. And I'm seeing such an obvious difference. Obvious, where I'm not focused on the pain as much as just amazed that I can breathe. I feel good. It's not there. I'm sleeping. like really sleeping. Don't hear things, like every little thing that's going on that wakes me up, my husband turning, whatever, like I'm sleeping, which means I have some reserve during the day. I've had a really full week and I'm okay. So I'm noticing I don't have the quick anxiety, the overwhelmed feeling of just even getting through one day and what's coming next. It's like, yeah, I can do this. I'm normal. There's a normalcy. Cardio's never been a good thing for me, but I knew I wanted to kind of just see how I would do before orthotic and after orthotic. So I had gone to a Zumba class for the first time. I've never done Zumba. I've done a lot of dancing, but not the Zumba. So I'm in the Zumba class the first time, and I'm out of breath, and at some point I get kind of fearful because my chest starts to, there's a pinching and an aching, and kind of, I don't know that I can get through this. And then I took a couple this week, and that wasn't a consideration. I did the movement, I breathed through the movement, I took really deep breaths, and I got through it in a really good way with no fear of needing to stop.